Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. And now we've got news out of Craven County where a woman is now being charged with animal abuse after deputies received a disturbing video. The Craven County Sheriff's Office says deputies received a report and video involving animal cruelty on Monday. An investigation by deputies identified 35-year-old Ricky Bullard as the suspect. Yesterday, deputies executed a search warrant on Bullard's home, where the dog seen in the video being abused was seized. Warrants say the video showed the dog being maliciously tortured, punched and hit several times, kicked and strangled. Bullard was arrested and charged with felony animal cruelty. She is in the Craven County Detention Center under a $10,000 bond. And now we want to turn our attention to the ongoing crisis in Venezuela, where leadership is still a question mark. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
In a new sign of the importance of Venezuelan oil, President Trump announcing Venezuela's interim authorities will turn over 30 to 50 million barrels of oil to the U.S. to be sold at market price, and that President Trump would control the profits to benefit the people of both countries. That as he praised the U.S. mission to capture Venezuela's now deposed authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro.
It was so complex, 152 airplanes, many. Talk about boots on the ground. We had a lot of boots on the ground.
Maduro and his wife now facing federal charges in the U.S., accused of bringing tons of illegal drugs into this country. While on Capitol Hill, Democrats are questioning the motivation for Maduro's removal.
The president, said this was about narco trafficking, and now he's saying it's about oil.
All members of Congress are due for a briefing today on the operation amid mounting questions about what's next, as President Trump asserts the U.S. is in charge in Venezuela, while the country's interim president, a close Maduro ally, insists no external agent is governing the country. Her government cracking down on dissent and detaining journalists. And across the border in Colombia, where President Trump has signaled he may focus next, heightened alert.
This sets a precedent that is extremely worrying because it threatens regional peace and security.
While European allies are voicing deep concern amid new details from the White House that President Trump and his team are discussing a range of options for acquiring Greenland, and that using the U.S. military is always an option, calling it a national security priority. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, thank you very much, Alice, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast. Everything looking very sunny outside today, but it comes with some warmth as well. We continue to hang on to above average temperatures. Right now, 57 degrees along the Neuse River in New Bern. That's pretty much where our seasonal daily high averages sit, right around the mid to upper 50s. So for today, again, plan on another above average day. Currently looking at a west-southwesterly breeze blowing in at about 7 miles an hour. Overall, I call it mostly sunny skies. There certainly are some clouds overhead, but nothing, of course, that's going to be giving us any sort of rain showers. And those clouds are going to be gradually departing through the day. We're going to end up completely sunny by the time we reach around 3 to 4 p.m. later on this afternoon. Current air temperatures across the region generally around the low to upper 50s, generally between around 52 to around 57 degrees. Yeah, I see you, Hatteras, at 58. But again, the rest of eastern North Carolina, a touch cooler. But compared to where we were 24 hours ago, everyone is warmer. We knew this week would be a warm one, and it is not disappointing. A lot of that has to do with the winds coming out of the west-southwest. Winds right now fairly light. Later on today may pick up a little bit, but certainly not looking at a windy day. Maybe a touch of a breeze at times. Now, as we head towards lunchtime, we'll likely see the mid-60s to upper 60s show up, and then we get into the low 70s between 2, 3, and 4 p.m. By 5, we will start to cool down. Clear skies this time of year overnight tend to lead to some colder air temperatures, but we are going to be avoiding freezing for another night tonight. Looking at around 51 to 50 degrees by 11 to midnight tonight, and well, that should set us up for the mid to upper 40s by the time we reach tomorrow morning. Keeping an eye on that area of low pressure making its way from really off the coast of California up to really looks like Kansas there by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. That is the next system that's going to be giving us rain showers throughout eastern North Carolina. Now, that system, again, is going to continue to draw moisture out of the Gulf Coast. But as that cold front, again, continues to stretch out, what we're going to end up seeing is more of a segmented rain band along that cold frontal boundary. What does that mean for us? It means, well, reduced rain chances, reduced rain totals, and, well, certainly a complete reduction, not that there was any sort of opportunity, but not looking at any sort of severe weather as this system passes, despite the warm and humid air that's going to be present in eastern North Carolina ahead of that frontal boundary. 75 degrees on Friday, turns to 76 on Saturday, and then we start to cool down after that cold front rolls through. 20% chance of rain Saturday with a 40% chance of overnight rain. Turns a little bit lighter as we head into Sunday, but it's going to be a slower moving system, which will allow us to hang on to above average air temperatures a little bit longer over the weekend. Of course, Monday, well below average. Overnight lows Sunday night into Monday morning, upper 20s. Similar story Monday night into Tuesday morning. But as we head through next week, we're going to see plenty of sunshine to kick things off, and we will gradually warm up as we head through the week. Of course, Monday, 48 degrees is going to prompt plenty to grab a jacket on the way out the door, as likely will Tuesday and Wednesday. But again, we are going to be warming up. Probably not going to get as warm as where we are today, but at least it's something to look forward to. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.